That's so cool. You guys are going to open a business.
There are few brand names which through the years of familiarity have been absorbed into our language and used freely every day. Some of these are Kodak, Frigidaire, and Thermos. Who would think that these names were just invented words, creatively coined to describe a product? Here we are, gathered 5 fascinating stories of famous Filipino brands. Dangwa Transportation Company.
Look at me with a brand new Hyundai.
Dangwa has become synonymous with blooms and flowers, so that when one needs them for special occasions, one is directed not to the Masalang Street but to Dangwa, where the buses that drop these flowers all the way from Baguio have their terminal. The bus line owes its name to Igorot Maverick Bado Dangwa, a La Trinidad Agricultural School graduate. His ambition to be a teacher was put on hold when his school principal, James Wright, convinced him that there was a better future in the transportation business. To get him started, Wright provided a cash-strapped Dangwa with 5 Chevrolet cars discarded by the North Garage Transport Service. Dangwa was suddenly in business, using these cars to ply the La Trinidad-Baguio route. Eventually, he would grow his fleet from just 3 cars in 1928 to 173 vehicles at the onset of World War II. After the war, where he served as a guerrilla leader, he put the Dangwa transportation back on his feet, and which continues in business today with its modern fleet of air-conditioned buses. Dangwa would later become the governor of the Mountain Province.
This is an issue where Bernie and I are in complete agreement.
Rufina Patis.
Smells like fish in here.
The oldest documented fish sauce brand in the country is Rufina Patis, which widow Rufina Sala Vida de Lucas was said to have prepared as early as 1900s. The fish dealer from Malabon would make bagoong stored in clay jars. The mix of fish and salt resulted in a flavorful sauce that improved the taste of dishes. Thus began a home industry. She put up with a capital of 50 pesos, and that would grow into a national business and jumpstart Patis production in the town, making Malabon famous. The business grew exponentially after the war, and Rufina would soon have 2 modern manufacturing and bottling plants set up in 1957 and 1968 to meet the growing demands. That has come to include the lucrative US Filipino market. After Rufina's passing in 1961, her son Jesus took over as the head of the company. It was he who initiated the exportation of Rufina Patis, helping make a local brand truly world-class.
Yippee! Time for the company loyalty song!
Mafran and Jufran Banana Ketchup.
Ketchup? Catsup.
The revolutionary technology of making banana ketchup was invented by Magdalo V. Francisco in 1938. It was a cheaper alternative than tomato ketchup as bananas bound in the Philippines, and the taste was found favorable by Filipinos. In 1942, in the midst of World War II, Francisco produced banana ketchup in commercial quantities and named it Mafran, derived from his contracted name Magdalo Francisco, which he registered with the Bureau of Patents. Francisco sought funding from Tirso T. Reyes to expand his business, and thus the Universal Food Corporation, or UFC, was formed in 1960. Internal conflicts forced Francisco to leave and set up Jufran Food Industries, manufactured Jufran banana ketchup named after son Magdalo Jr. or June, hence Jufran. In 1996, UFC was acquired by Southeast Asian Foods Inc., known today as NutriAsia, which continues to make Mafran and Jufran sauces.
Are you here to solve my ketchup problem?
Mang Tomas all-around Sarsa.
Here's those fries you ordered and your hot sauce.
The name behind the Philippines' famous lechon sauce brand, Mang Tomas, belonged to a real person who started a lechon shop in his La Loma neighborhood in the 1950s, Tomas de los Reyes. His early patrons included sabongeros from the nearby La Loma cockpit, but word of mouth spread the news about his delectable lechons and expanded its clientele to include VIPs like President Ramon Magsaysay. His best-selling lechons were slathered with his famous liver-based sarsa in Mang Tomas, which he himself himself concocted. The lechon sauce proved to be another hit, and the rights were bought by the owners of the popular Aristocrat restaurant. In 1991, Southeast Asia Food Inc., now NutriAsia, became the new owners of the Mang Tomas lechon sauce brand and was repositioned as an all-around Sarsa, bottled in the familiar clear bottles and labeled with the familiar character trademark of a man in a salakot, a hat made from rattan.
This stuff ain't that hot.
Tansan mineral water.
Here, have a sip of water.
The crown cap revolutionized the glass bottling industry when it was invented in 1897 by William Painter. The first drink that featured the crimped tin cap was Tansan, bottled mineral water marketed by Clifford Wilkinson in the early 1900s. The brand name Tansan, believed to be of Japanese origin, has now come to mean crown caps in Filipino. The product came out in straight side bottles and then in small bulb-shaped green bottles with the name in relief. In its 1920s ads, Tansan was proclaimed as a 100% pure, sourced from natural waters free from all earthly deposits. Being radium active, Tansan possessed many medicinal qualities, proven against stomach disorders like dysentery.
You have water? Water's life. Yeah, we need water bad!
Want to know more fascinating stories about Filipino brands? Just click the subscribe button and ring that bell to save your spot for part 2 of this video.